Good morning everyone. Myself Kausar Mumin, 7th standard subject Science, chapter number 17, Effects of Light. In the last lecture we studied few parts of this chapter. Today we are going to discuss about the shadow obtained from a point source and extended source. To understand this topic, we have to go through a part of practical. So I am reading this part. Listen carefully, and after that I will show you the video of this practical. For this experiment we need candle torch, cardboard, screen, small ball, big ball, etc. Take either a candle or touch as a light source in front of it. Set up a cardboard with a tiny hole as shown in figure. Now the light is seen to emerge from the hole on the cardboard. Such a light source is called point source. Place a screen vertically at a distance of 1 meter beyond the cardboard. Hang the big ball between screen and the cardboard. Observe the shadow of the ball. So the rays of OP and OQ starting from the point source just pass by the ball and fall on the points A and B on the screen. Respectively. However, since no rays reach the screen between points A and B, that part remains unlit. This is the dark shadow, or we can say it as umbra. What happens if the cardboard with the pinhole is removed? Obviously, if you will remove the pinhole, then there is no source of light coming through the pin. That means there is no shadow obtained from that. Okay, now we do not have a point source. This source is called as extended source. What is the nature of the shadow formed by extended source? So, due to the extended source, we see two parts of shadow of the ball on the screen, one faint, one dark. This one is dark and this one is faint. The faint part BC is called penumbra and the dark part AD is called umbra. Let us see what happens in the following activity when the ball is bigger than the extended source. Keeping the distance between extended source and the ball constant, move the screen further and further away and observe shadow. As the screen moves further, the umbra and penumbra in the shadow of the ball are seen become bigger and bigger. Now replace the big ball with one that is smaller in size than the light source. Observe its shadow on the screen. We see umbra and penumbra of ball on it. I will show you in the video. You can clear with very nicely. We see the umbra and penumbra of the ball on it, means on the screen. Without moving the light source and ball, move the screen further away from the ball and observe its shadow. As the screen moves further, the umbra becomes smaller and smaller, and certain point it disappears. Here you can clear your doubt very nicely. When there is some obstruction in the path of light, we see a shadow. Light is always needed for a shadow to form. Shadows can never form in total darkness. Obviously, the darkness is there is no shadow. For the shadow, we need source of light. Let us see how a shadow is formed. In an opaque body is placed in the path of light, the light cannot pass through it. The rays are stopped from going to the other side of the opaque body. and the space behind the body does not receive any light from the source. The space behind the opaque object where the light cannot reach is called a shadow. Thus, shadows are formed when light is stopped by objects. An opaque object casts a dark shadow. A translucent object casts a faint shadow, and a transparent object casts no shadow at all. Shadows are formed because light travels in straight lines. If the source of light is very small, that is a point source, then a sharp, well-defined image is formed on the screen. When the source of light is wide, two shadows can be seen. One shadow is completely dark, called the umbra in the center, and other is partial shadow called penumbra surrounding it. Notice that the umbra does not receive any light from any portion of the source, whereas the penumbra receives light from a part of the source. Next topic is shadowless lighting. The fact that light travels in straight lines and produce shadow is used to produce shadowless lighting. Here, the source of light is much larger than the object. For example, when a fluorescent lamp or a row of bulbs is shown on an object, the umbra formed is very close to the object. Thus, by reducing the umbra region of the shadow, a shadowless effect is created. Our next topic is eclipse. What is an eclipse? The moon revolves around about the earth, and the earth along with the moon revolves around the sun. The moon revolves about the earth, and earth along with the moon revolves around the sun. Their orbits of revolution are all different. When the sun, the moon and the earth come in a straight line, an eclipse is said to have taken place. As we know, the part earth, moon, which is natural satellite of earth, it revolves around the earth, we know that, and sun is a source of light which falls on earth, and earth revolves around the sun. But at a time when sun, moon and earth comes with a straight line, at that time we can say that eclipse. Based on that, we are having two types of eclipse. One is solar eclipse and other one is lunar eclipse. First, we will study about solar eclipse. During its revolution, when the moon comes between sun and the earth. When moon comes between sun and earth, a shadow of moon is cast on the earth, and the sun cannot be seen from the part of the shadow. This is called solar eclipse. Listen again, what is meaning of solar eclipse? Due to revolution, when the moon comes between sun and earth, a shadow of the moon is cast on earth and sun cannot be seen from the part of the shadow. This is called solar eclipse. We are having two types of eclipse. One is solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. As I said to you, when moon comes between sun and earth, at that time shadow is formed on the earth, and because of that we are not able to observe sun. So that is solar eclipse. A solar eclipse is seen only on new moon day. The solar eclipse may be either partial or total. Sometimes the solar disk is completely covered by the moon. This is the total solar eclipse. When the solar disk is not covered fully by the moon. We have partial solar eclipse. During a solar eclipse, ultraviolet rays which are harmful to us reach the earth. A solar eclipse should never be watched with the naked eye. A special type of goggles should be used for this purpose, which we are saying it as new moon day. And for this we have to, if you want to observe, there is a special type of goggle. Sometimes it is partial and sometimes it is full. If it is partial, we can say it as partial solar eclipse. And if it is completely falls on the earth, that we are saying as full, means total solar eclipse. Next topic is lunar eclipse. When the earth comes between the sun and the moon, a shadow of earth is cast on moon and a part of the moon is covered. This is called lunar eclipse. A lunar eclipse is seen only a full moonlight. If the whole moon comes in the shadow of the earth, it is total lunar eclipse. When the shadow of the earth is cast only a part of moon, it is partial lunar eclipse. You can watch a lunar eclipse with naked eye. A lunar eclipse can be seen over a period of few hours. So this is the topic about lunar eclipse. Earth is between sun and moon. Which we are saying it as lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse means earth is between sun and moon. So here also we are getting penumbra, umbra. So we are having an partial lunar eclipse and total lunar eclipse. Whatever the sun rays are there, they falls on earth, and because of that we are getting umbra and penumbra, and almost we are saying it as blood moon. Here you can observe the diagram for solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. This is a part of your homework. You have to draw this diagram. And whatever I have explained you, please see the video carefully. Each and every part you have to see in the video part, and you can understand clearly. And this is a part which you can study in your geography also. Next topic is zero shadow day. The day on which the sun reaches exactly overhead is called zero shadow day. On that day, at noon, shadows completely disappear. This event can only be seen in region between Tropic of Cancer 23.5 degree and the Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 degree S south. This event occurs in summer on different days in different places in this region.